Hey, Lily. Hello from Mississippi, my friend. How are you? Hope you are doing well. Get my phone up here. All right, so not my normal day, but we've got Woodkit Wednesdays going on. We need some Magnolia Monday. I needed to get back to doing more Magnolia here on my YouTube channel. So this was something we talked about last week, I think, during Woodkit Wednesday, maybe. But I've been doing a lot more crafting live on Facebook and here on YouTube. So hopefully YouTube will get those notifications out. Let me see if I turn this. There we go. Hey, Liz and Constance and Lori and Pam. Hey, Pam Thomas and Sally and Cardinal 4210. I don't know who that is. Put what your name is so I can call you by your name. Hey, Patricia. Awesome. So I'm excited for today's project. I'm going to share with you one of my supplies I'm using. Will make more sense when you see a reel that's going to post tomorrow. I did some stenciling on a denim jacket and then decided I wanted that jacket to be a vest. So I had a little bit of denim that I could use with this project. So I finally got a hold of the Howdy Y'all door hanger stencil. Oh, hey, Cece. And one of our 15-inch beaded hanger rounds with beaded hanger. I got a red bandana from Walmart. It was like $2 something. It's 22 inches square. Hey, Karen and Denise and Sean and Cece and Tita. Tita, you inspired this because you asked me if I was doing Magnolia still. And I was like, have I not done Magnolia on YouTube in a while? So this was inspired by you, Tita. And so now Monday nights live, unless I have something going on for church, I'm going to be live here on YouTube doing something with Magnolia. So like I said, I did some stenciling on the back of a denim jacket. You're going to see that reel tomorrow on Facebook. But then I decided to turn it into a vest. So I carefully cut off the denim from the sleeves because my vision for this door hanger round is to do a messy bow with denim and possibly some bandana. I even kept, I don't know what you call this, but it's the thicker part where like they stitched two parts together. So I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe wrap it around the middle of the bow or something. So I have that, and I have the stencil, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is paint the bottom portion red, because the stencil is the pattern that is like on the bandana. So for instance, this bandana, the pattern's actually black and white, but the background's red. So I'm going to paint the background red and then probably just do the pattern with white is what I'm thinking. This is, I don't know where my bigger ruler went. I just had it out. Anyway, I want to get this in the middle. Nice. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, so 12, 13, yep, so it's 15 inches. So that means halfway would be 7.5, which would be all the way down here. Wow. I don't think that will leave me enough room for the words. Let me just see if I, barely. So I think I better go a little lower. Let's do What if I did 8? I mean, if one of the L's goes off, I think you're still going to be able to read what it says. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint this bottom portion with crimson. So first I'm going to take some painter's tape. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Shirley. Hey, Amy Hepler. And really try and get this centered. So let me just hold it up. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do first. This is 8 inches, so that means this is 7. And I'm going to paint this bottom section red so that when we do the bandana pattern on it, I was going to do the pattern with white, but maybe I should do it with black. I think black is going to show up better. I have both chalk pastes here because I wasn't sure which I was going to do. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the words howdy y'all with black, because then I want to do that bow, a messy bow with the, what is that? With the bandana and the denim. So I have a paintbrush here. We're going to just do some of this crimson, and it might need 2 coats. We'll see. Although it might not, because it's going to have the bandana pattern over it. So I'll decide once this dries, once this first coat dries, if it needs a second coat. So how's everybody doing? Who's been crafting today? Any crafting? Maybe not today. What about this past weekend? It's been a crazy weekend. Okay, I'm trying to get it to look even as far as brush strokes and stuff. That looks pretty good, but I probably will need to do a second coat, and I don't think I have my thing plugged in anymore. So while this is drying, before we possibly do another coat, I'm just gonna scoot it out of the way. Scooch. Let's decide. So this is going to be really easy to rip strips. I'm thinking a messy bow. Trying to figure out a new crafting routine. That's so weird. I don't even see that message yet on my phone, but on my iPad it's already gone. Wooden candle holders. Oh. How come I'm not seeing all those comments down here? Is this just, let me see. Aha. You moved and you no longer have a craft room. Oh, you've been in a funk. I know, Pam. This Friday is Craft Zoom, you guys. If you want to come craft with me, hop onto my Facebook page, and it's there as an event. It's got the Zoom link. I would love to craft with you on Facebook on Friday night. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little slit and just rip this. Of course, it's going to be a pain down here because it's a finished edge. So these are really big pieces. So probably they're going to need to be half that size, but we'll just go ahead and make some strips. It's so big and I don't want it to get paint on it. So I'm just going to do like every inch, inch and a half, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many I'm going to want. It's going to be floppy, I know that. It's going to be floppy because this is not wired ribbon. And I'm just going to cut those ends off. There's going to be lots of strings that we'll have to deal with. But that's okay. It's country, right? It's howdy y'all and denim and bandanas. So what's everybody up to? I am still not seeing. It's so weird. It just like stopped working on here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to have a big old pile of strings over there. And then we'll cut these in half. Where'd my other one go that I did? Didn't I already do one? Oh, I threw that away because that was the end. Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, lots of strings. You could keep the strings if you want. I just try to kind of like get the majority of the hanging ones off. Makes it kind of country and distressed looking. You've also been in a slump. Well, I tell you what, I'm not saying to ignore completely things that are, or to be completely oblivious of what's going on, you know, these days, but I will say that crafting, second, of course, to prayer and reading my Bible, helps me with that, dealing with stuff. Making something, creating. I have no clue how many strips I have so far. Maybe 5 or 6. And I might not use all these, but you know what? This is kind of fun to do. So if you need something constructive to do, get some fabric, buy some fat quarters, and just cut some rag strips that you can use for a messy bow. Yes, Karen. All right, I know I made another snip. Where is it? There it is. All right, we'll probably stop here. I think this is like 6 or 7 that I've done. Because I want to do some denim ones too. And I don't think those, for some reason, I don't think the denim is going to be quite as easy to rip. It may have to be more of a cutting thing. All right, so I used maybe half of my bandana, which is nice because then I can keep this to use for another project. All right, so we've got some strips, and I'm not going to be too precise about it. I'm just going to kind of fold them in half so I can cut them in half-ish. Those are already cut. Yeah, I'm going to do one more coat on that red paint, I think. I want it to look a little less rustic. All right. Okay, so there's those. Okay, this is all dry. I just want to let's see, I was using this earlier, but I think I'm going to change the piece. Hi, Darlene. Wooden candle holders. What are you making them out of? Are you making those out of like tumbling tower blocks? Okay, I'm just smoothing that out a little bit. I can't reach my paper towels. That's the bad part about sitting to craft, is I can't quite reach everything. All right, let's just do one more light coat. Be nice and bright, like the bandana material. Sometimes I just have to move my head so I can see if I've got it all or not. I'm gonna have to clean this jar pretty soon. Yep, I'm actually reading quite a bit again. I had to take a little bit of time off of reading as much, but I usually do have 2 books going on my Kindle and one like an actual book, a physical book from the library usually. Okay, I don't know what that means. All right, so I've got my second coat on. I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off. Right now it looks like a fishing bobber. So we're going to let that dry. Now we're going to come to the denim. So the biggest 2 pieces, well, the only pieces I have are from the sleeves, but it's like each sleeve had a skinny piece and a bigger piece. So this kind of tapers a little bit, but if I kind of trim it up a little bit on the ends here, I don't even know if I can rip this. I don't think I can. Maybe I didn't cut it the right direction. Or it's because it's like a stretchy denim and it has elastic or something in it, which makes it hard to rip. All right, so that, I don't really like that because the piece is getting skinnier. Now this one, if I cut it down the middle, it should stay pretty much the same. You've been watching my older videos. I do have some lives, but I've been on YouTube now for like, let's see, since February 2019. So 5.5 years? No. 6.5 years. I can't do math, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to cut these denim ones. Now they're going to look like this on the back side, so we'll try to keep them, you know, the blue side. But again, these are going to be floppy. It's going to be a floppy, messy bow. Now, maybe I can use this piece if I cut it straight. There's 3-ish pieces. Let's just come to the big piece here. So It's a little angled both because it's coming from the wrist kind of to the shoulder. So I can kind of follow along the lines of the denim, more or less. Some of these scraps would be fun in my junk journal too. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay. And they don't all have to be exactly the same size, but it looks like I can get 5 strips out of this piece. I hope I have room on the round for this big messy bow. It's gonna be a fun bow. You guys still there? Are you still with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I gonna need more than that? Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think 14 of these thin ones and 8 of these might be enough. I have more if I need to cut more. So we'll just have to decide. Oh. All right, so probably let's start with a couple pieces of the denim. And if you've never done a messy bow before, basically you're just taking ribbon or fabric like this and you're going to crisscross it. 5-inch wide stair spindles. Oh, cool. Cool. All right, so we're crisscrossing, and you don't have to keep them exactly on top of each other. Again, these are going to be floppy, so they're going to be, you know, kind of messy. So I'm going to do 2 X's of the bandana for every 1 X of the denim, I think, because it's the bandana is so much thinner. And we'll see. I don't know how much we're going to need, but I want it to be cute. So I'm just going to keep laying them across. Okay. And I want to keep my center so that I can be able to tie this. I'm going to tie it with some jute twine. Oh, and before I forget, I did put in the description of the video, I did link the stencil. The round is not showing up for me on the website, but I'm pretty sure this is one of our main surfaces. I'm thinking the denim in the very front because we got a lot of red already happening. So I might have a couple extra, or I can always wrap this around too, like this. All right, so some twine here. So let's just cut ourselves a piece. I kind of want the floppy, messy bow look for this. This is a lot of fabric though, so I'm going to have to really... This is where I need extra fingers to hold that. Trying to hold that tight. So now I'm going to come around this way. I want this to be as tight as possible. We don't want our fabric to come out. Okay. How cute is that? I think it's adorable. It's very floppy. You could do just the bandana if you want. I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if I like this backside better. Maybe I like it with this part of the denim showing. The other thing you could do if you wanted is you could cut little, probably just in the denim, not in the bandana. Just gonna cut little, what do you call this? My mind went blank. I forgot what you call this when you cut your fabric like this. Anyone? Bueller? What's it called? Thank you. Yep, got the fruit of the spirit here with all the different butterflies. Dovetails, thank you. I think I've been doing too much crafting today. I can't think anymore. So we'll add some little dovetails here. If I can find all the pieces of denim. Then I'll have to decide which way I want it to face. I might like the, you know, showing more the inside of the denim rather than the outside. Who has this stencil? Who's done something with this stencil? I think it's cute. This one may end up in my holiday craft show at church. We shall see. I think I might do a small-ish fall online sale, probably in October, because I'm not doing a fall craft show at church. So, all right, did I get them all? These are cute, and I don't think it's too much. Now, do I want to wrap to cover up my jute twine? I could wrap a little bit of red around. That kind of looks cute. Or I was talking about maybe using a piece of this. What do you think looks better? The dark denim or going around it with some of the red? You love that I'm honest? What? That I forget things? Oh. Yeah, well. I told my mom the other day, I said, I was at an interview and I said, I was just myself. I feel like, you know, you like the denim? Okay. It's too hard. Why would I try to be someone I'm not? And then have to remember what I pretended to be. Gifts for men, teen boys. Ooh. Sierra, that's tough. That is tough. All right, I guess I gotta wait to do this until my glue gun is heated up. What a cute bow. I love it. It's gonna be so cute on top of this. All right, we are almost dry here with our second coat. I need an eraser because I made that pencil mark. Anyway, yeah. I tried it. You know what? I'm too old to worry about really what other people think. I'm going to just be me. I'm just going to be me. Okay, I'm thinking I might go ahead and do the word stencil. You know what? I'm going to trim a little bit more off of here because there's a lot of green down here. I'm just going to take like another 1/2 inch just so it's a little easier to kind of gauge where it is. Did you know you can do that? Oh, that's much better. Okay, so the top of one of my L's is going to go off. Is that bad? I can try and get it down a little bit closer. I'll try and get it right on the line there. And then, oh, it's going to be so cute. Okay, because I want to give this red a little bit more time to dry. So let's get our tacky towel. It's up here where you guys can't see it. And let's get our howdy y'all. I'm going to do this with black chalk paste. It's not super sticky, so I'm not too worried about this. I feel like the stencils have not been quite as sticky lately, which is fine because we were having some issues with them sticking way too much. All right, so one part of the little L is going to go off there, but I think it's okay. You can still tell what it's supposed to say, or that it says y'all. Okay. Let's get my black chalk paste, which we're going to also use for the pattern. It's so cute. The words are in like this rope font. It's the only way I can describe it is it looks like rope. Now I'm thinking these plain beads are too plain. What do you guys think? Because the beads on this round are natural. So you could leave them natural. You could take them off and you could paint them. You could just take them off and put different beads on. Are we ready for the peel and reveal? Holy cow, that's so cute. Oh my goodness! How cute is that? Let's stick you back here till I can take you and wash you. That is adorable. So cute. Okay. Thought I saw something on there, but I didn't. Isn't that cute? You guys see this? Nobody's commenting. I know it's hard to read because it's upside down and backwards because of, you know, YouTube and the mirroring thing. I think what I want to do, did I plug this back in? You guys would cringe if you saw how much. Oh, it is plugged in. Yes. I thought I had unplugged this. Isn't it so cute, Patricia? The font is adorable. All right, that looks pretty good. Mostly I want to make sure this that's close to the red is dry enough, because a little bit of the stencil for the pattern might touch it. All right, I am barely pressing down on here. I just want to make sure this is smoothed out for our stencil. Thank you, Darlene. All right. Next, I need the pattern stencil. There's that one. Here's our cute bow. Oh, let's do this. Let's wait 1 second. Let's wrap our... The other thing I could do on this is I could cut some of these a little shorter. So usually when I'm making a messy bow, you kind of do shorter pieces towards the front. So I can maybe cut some of these in the front a little shorter, and then you can maybe see more of the layers, I guess. I just kind of do what I want. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do is start at the back. And press this denim down. We're going to wrap it around the front. And probably finish it right here at the bottom. I don't want it to be so thick that it's going to be hard to glue it to the round. Isn't that cute with the dark denim there in the middle? That's cute. All right, I'm gonna let it sit to let the glue dry. All right, get this, move this, get our tacky towel again, although I really don't think this stencil needs it. You have an idea from me, only one? Now, what I'm not sure is I'm probably going to have to lay this stencil down a second time, just barely over there. Yeah, this is not very sticky, so I'm going to come right up to the edge here. There's gonna be a tiny little bit at the bottom too where I need to place it back down. But remember, all of our pattern stencils are repeating patterns. So this swirly right here is this one. So I could literally pick this up and move it over and it's going to give me the same, it's going to continue the pattern as if it looks like just one big, huge, long stencil. So I lined up the very top of where the pattern starts on the stencil, right on the red line, basically where my paint, where my red paint started. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna like the look of doing this pattern in the black. I just feel like it's gonna pop more than if I did the white. But white would probably look cute too. Okay. I'm just gonna go backwards and get any big chunks. Save that for later. All right, are we ready for the peel and reveal? Oh, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. Look at how awesome that looks. So you see I have this tiny little bit over here I'll have to finish. And then right here, this is the bottom of this. So I'm just gonna have to move it down here basically just to finish this little guy right there. That is so cute. Yeehaw. I saw another cute idea that mixed this stencil with the Highland Cow stencil on like a long piece of wood for like a porch leaner. I might need to make 1 or 2 of those this year. Because that was just adorable. Alright, that looks pretty dry. Do I want to attempt... Let me see how messy my stencil is. It's probably not that bad. If I can see... No, there's some on the back. I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to clean my stencil first. And then finish up those last little bits. Can't tell if clean that part off, and then I'll fix that when I do the last bit of the pattern there. But how cute is this? All right, so I can go ahead and get the bow on there. Let's cut off the rest of this piece that we glued around. How cute. These pieces here are hanging a little low. Just want to make sure we're not covering up the words too much. Let me mark where the middle is so I know where to put my glue. You like those kind of bows? Yeah, messy bows, rag bows, or whatever. Okay, hold on. I gotta hold this up for a second. I think it's gonna be fine. If when I get it glued on, boy oh boy, I may have to actually staple a little bit, but we'll start with glue. Okay, we'll start with our hot glue here. But I may need to put some short staples through like the farthest back layer of denim. That's pretty heavy of a bow. So let me grab my staple gun. I think I have some pretty shallow staples in it, which will be perfect. Okay. This is dry. I just want to make sure I'm not gonna make a mess. All right, so I feel like I'm doing surgery back here. This is the bottom denim layer. Okay. Do I need to cut some of them shorter? I think yes. It's hard to know until it's actually hanging. I probably should wait and do this when it's actually hanging on a door or something, but some of these that are hanging down by the words, yeah, let's cut them a little shorter. I could also staple up. So this back one, staple it kind of in more of an upward position. else that needs to change? That looks so cute. I think that's in the middle. All right, this is the middle right here. What do you guys think? I'm kind of loving it. That needs to be shorter. That needs to be shorter. Oh, I didn't do a dovetail on this one. Should I leave it until I actually hang it somewhere, and then if it needs to be trimmed, I can. It is a 15-inch round, yes. It's so cute. It just wants to be floppy. Floppy, floppy. Well, I love how this turned out. I hope you guys do too. I hope you'll give it a try or something similar. And I will probably tomorrow finish the pattern the rest of the way over there. And I don't even think I'm going to bother doing any more on the bottom because, I mean, it's so close to being finished. I mean, can you even look at that and see that it's needing anything? I don't think so. Just over here is where I'll finish the pattern. Okay, I'm almost done messing with this, I promise. I just want some of these red ones to stay up here as well. So I'm going to cheat with a couple more staples. Is it cheating? I don't think it's cheating. All right, no more staples. I'm done now. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will see you again real soon. I will be back on YouTube on Wednesday for Wood Kit Wednesday. Otherwise, I will be on Facebook tomorrow. I believe it's at 3 p.m. Eastern for another fall journaling event. So everybody take care and have a great, wonderful night. Bye.